Welcome back to Crawlspace Encounters. Got ourselves a hot sale here. This is a beautiful home in a beautiful area, man. But we're gonna check out this crawlspace and see what is popping here. Let's get these spider webs out of here. All right, I'll meet you inside. All right. Let's get up in here. This is one of these drop downs. Alright, so this one looks like it's got a nice liner down, but see some signs of looks like mice droppings. You know, let's get this light on here. There we go, that'll help some. Alright folks, so basically I get up in these crawl spaces and I kind of like to show homeowners, potential homeowners or people who are interested in buying crawl space homes, what to expect down here. Because like I say, not a lot of people come down here and explore what's happening. Most of the time I speak with people, they have no idea they have problems, or they're very surprised to see the conditions. But this is a very important area. You can see that you have a water heater. The water heater is down here. Just some electrical lines. I'm not a fan of having water heaters in the crawl space. They do get real rusted. The humidity, but by the looks of that sealed vent, I'm gonna take a stab that there might be a dehumidifier down here, so we're gonna find that out. But look at this. A lot of people, sometimes you tell them, hey, you got a mice in your crawl space. Mice? I've never seen a mouse in my house before. I'm like, well, if they have everything they need down there, a shelter, a place to kind of lay low, then there's no reason for them to go upstairs into your home. But there's a lot of mice poop here. Goodness. So this house is very big, very nice. A really expensive part of town. But I do like this plastic. It's thick, and it's definitely gonna serve its purpose for keeping the water vapors off the ground. Actually just keeping it under the plastic. Yeah, I don't never like the idea of just electrical boxes opened up like that. Here we go, nice rodent chew hole. Man, this place is really taking on some rodent activity. It's Pretty sad. Such a I'll tell you what, this is a really pretty house, but I don't think anybody's been down here in a while. Look at this. I don't know where this water is coming from, but it's not coming through the foundation. Always want to just look at the insulation before I start peeling it all off, see if there's any kind of watermarks on there, but I don't see any water. Yeah, be careful with those pipes. No. Nothing wet here. Huh. Odd. I mean, we're gonna need to find out a little bit more. I'll have to stake that area and come back, see what's going on with that, but no idea. Those pipes didn't look all too healthy. Some spider webs on here. I don't know. I mean, look at more wires. I can't. Yeah. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if that bothers you, but it bothers me. I don't like all those wires exposed, especially because I come across so many plumbing leaks. Between the humidity, exposed wires. I told you guys in the past, man. I'm an electric chicken. Anything electrical, I just don't like getting zapped. It's only because I got zapped. 1.2 million. This is in a very, very fancy neighborhood. Some new houses, old houses. And this is probably just one of the cheaper houses in the neighborhood. It's a little bit older. I would have to say it's probably about 30 years old. Backyard is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm just trying to figure out which way I'm going to go. But look at this pot. This is beautiful. So look at this section. A sea of white. All encapsulated. Wow. HVAC guy, just go ahead and leave your ductwork down there. This is what I can't stand. A lot of contractors come in these crawl spaces and just leave their shenanigans behind. Look at that. Just take it with you, man. I mean, what is it going to take? Then you feel bad. You got to go up there. You got to rat them out. You know, you don't want to rat them out. But, you know, how's it look down there, Rich? Well, some contractor left some stuff. Probably ought to pick it up because such a pretty crawl space. I don't know what all this jazz is. Probably water coming in through this corner right here. I think that exterior wall right there has a downspout, so it can be coming through there. It's hard to tell. It hasn't rained in a while, so they put this styrofoam. It's like a 3/4 inch or maybe 1 inch styrofoam. They cut them up, and then they spray foam around it to kind of seal off the vents, because obviously there's got to be a dehumidifier. This crawl space is so big. I haven't even seen where the dehumidifier is yet. But I do see where all the poop is. Look, that is every little black speck you see is poop. Nice poop. Not good. These are good people here. I really enjoy. I talked with this guy here for a while, the owner of the house. Super cool. I've met him before in the past. Great guy, super awesome Christian man. I just have such an amazing time talking with him. Retired lawyer, super nice guy. I think he dealt with financial stuff, and like a finance lawyer or something like that. Super, super cool guy. I love meeting cool people, man. I just down to earth, be real, keep it real. So this got knocked out. Looks like we got some plumbing. They probably a bathroom up there, sink. Why they close that up and then keep it open, I don't know. I always ask these questions. What was the contractor thinking? Was this an addition? This is another crawl space on the other side of the house. That's how big this place is. Sometimes I wish I would have known this before. This way I open up this side, keep both crawl doors open so I can just jet out this side when I had to. Another water heater, a second water heater. So this place has 2 water heaters. This one, you guys know how I feel about water heaters in the crawl space. Get them out. They get rusty. Now these look fairly new. Got your HVAC system in here. Sorry about the spider webs. I gotta keep cleaning the lens. Sometimes I leave them and I forget, and I'm trying to watch the video before I post it. I'm like, the spider web, and I can't. You know, I shoot these videos as I go, so it's basically a cold shot. I get up into these joints, and there you go, beautiful little splice job there. And I start filming. Little condensation pump for the HVAC. You know, it's really hard to tell what these a lot of these crawl spaces are doing. It hasn't rained. It hasn't rained, so you don't know if it's taking on any water. Let's see if, you know, I see some gravel, so here we go. Got a little bit of a French drain, barely a French drain. It's half of it's in the ground. I don't know what, like I said, I don't know what's all going on here with rainwater. But you can see this crawl space is just enormous. I mean, if I were to have to say, this crawl space is probably about 2,400 square feet. So I see some wood rot. These are little pieces of wood. So obviously they did some kind of construction work here. This is an exterior wall, so obviously it looks like maybe the subfloor maybe got was rotted a little bit, some of the joists, and usually you could tell somebody did some work because they go back with a different color insulation as well, just like this right here. You see the yellow looks like the original, and then they got the pink, which is the replacement. Trying to foam up some of these walls, probably keep the rodents out. I don't see any signs of like rodent boxes, so I don't think this gentleman here has a pest control company that comes out here to treat the house. If he has something he's going to need to look into, I'm definitely going to recommend it. Definitely get some boxes in here, bait, whatever you got to do. Wow, look at this. This is nasty. This is nasty. This is, oh, look at the fungi. Holy smokes, dear Jesus. And I'm not surprised because there is like zero ventilation. This house is so cut up. There's so many areas where water can get trapped. Look at this thing. That is some funky coal Medina right there. Wow, wow, wow. I'm staring at these blocks. So this is definitely the back of the house. So you can see it's all block. Even though they did seal it up, I'm yet to find the dehumidifier. So that was all replaced. That's all new. I guarantee you there's probably a door right up above and water got on that door, subfloor, and that was all rotted at one point. And there she is. I see her over there. There's a dehumidifier. Don't tell me that's one dehumidifier for this massive crawl space. That's just not going to cut it. There's no question about it. Remember, when you guys get a dehumidifier, check not just the square footage, but the cubic footage. I can see from this, that is a Santa Fe. This is an older unit, probably 10-year-old unit. Yeah. This model came out probably 10 years ago. Santa Fe, you know, what can I say? Dehumidifiers, they come in, they all sound like they're about to do some killer work. But you have to do the maintenance on these things. You have to flush out that. Look at this filter. That is just nasty. This filter hasn't been changed in probably a couple of years, 3 years, 2 years. Nasty. Wow. That's a good way to make this bad boy keel over and die. There's a drains out of there, goes into there. There's some water, so it's still condensating, but not much. That's working, but if this is the only unit down here, then it's not going to be cutting it. You can see how the HVAC lines, they're obstructing the airflow. So even with that one dehumidifier, you have so much air obstruction. You need one way on the other side. When we went earlier, where I saw that little puddle on the ground, that is this dehumidifier is not doing anything on that side of the crawl space. And some houses need 2 of them. Look at that rat hole. Oh man, not good. I mean, this is a pretty decent sized place, man. You know, this is a type of crawl space where I'll come here, sit up against a pier, relax. Is that another water puddle? Wow, where in the world is that? Is that water or is that pee? I don't know. No, that's gotta be water. I don't see any pipes up ahead. I don't see anything. Condensation from that, but there's just pipes haven't been condensating. It's just not. We're not there. We kind of passed that already. August was peak condensation for all the ductwork, but I do see a sump pump. There's a little hole right there. See what critters are coming in right through there. Yep. And these little mice, they need something way smaller than that. They don't need something that big to get in and out. Got a nice Zoller sump pump in there. I like these. These are nice. I'm a fan. Little 3/4 horsepower motor. Powerful. Quiet. Got a snake skin. See that snake skin right there? Pull the other half out. Here we go. Yeah, with all the mice down here, woo, it's a buffet. So this little line right here is just dripping water on the plastic. It's not even reaching the well. Look at that. It's just, I'm trying to at least move the plastic a little bit so I can drip into the gravel on the side of the pump, the well. Yeah, this needs a little touch up. I would have ran a hard line coming from the dehumidifier downhill. It does gravitize pretty good. Just run a hard line. That's just me. You can do things so many different ways, but I give my opinions on what I would do. I'm not too much of a buster when it comes to this. I've seen too many contractors do too many things. I'm not going to critique everybody's work unless it's a complete flop. This pipe has got some kind of funky juice coming out of it. Look, that's nasty. Where is that pipe coming from? Goes over that. Goes up. And it just kind of drips right here at the foundation. Look at all that funky juice that's coming out of that. That's nasty. No bueno. Don't know. So, I mean, I love the block foundation. Everything is all block, all the way around. I like that. It's a strong home, you know. Got a lot of, look at all this funk. I have a feeling they had a water leak right here. I'm going to show you why I think that. I guarantee you they've had multiple water leaks in this crawl space. Huh. I mean, it is easy to work on a house when you have a crawl space. Look at this. Could you imagine having to do some work right here? So I'm thinking, look at this. So I'm thinking this funk, I saw this from a distance. Look at all this. Wow. Let me get a better shot. Hang tight. Dang, spider webs. So you can see another change of insulation color. This was all, I bet you they had one of these pipes busted and just sprayed all over, like one of these corroded pipes just busted and just sprayed on here for God knows how long. And you can see the copper pipes, they're all just fully corroded. Spider webs just drive me crazy. I mean, I can do a pre-run, knock down all the spider webs and come back, but that takes the excitement out of me. You know, I know everything ahead of time. I wouldn't be able to share it with you for the first time, and I don't like to do that. I prefer you guys tell me what you think at the same time when I crawl the houses, and you guys can actually look and see, and I get to hear your comments on what you think about these houses and what's going on, certain kind of pipes. We kind of look at them together. This is the whole reason why I do this, is because Crawlspaces, I'm a hard critic. I am a very hard critic of Crawlspaces. You know, because you've got to get down there, and you can't just trust a contractor to come and expect them to come in here and just keep an eye on it for you. You have to get an inspector. So we just circled the whole place. I want you guys to just look at the pavilion in the back. I don't like video of people's houses too much, but look at that pavilion in the back. Nice little barbecue area. It's all attached. What a great entertainment. They got a big TV up against there. Just absolutely amazing. You guys, I want to thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. God bless you all. Take care of yourselves.